Welcome to www.houseinvestigations.com. www.houseinvestigations.com. This is Marco Voke. Sewer backup is probably the worst thing that can happen to your home. It's nasty, ugly, and disgusting. If you're about to buy a home or rent a home, when you walk up to that house, look at that front lawn. If there's a large tree in the middle of that front lawn, you could have a sewer problem and nightmares to follow. If you walk into the basement and you smell sewer odors or sewer odors near the washing area, once again, big indication that there is a problem with the sewer system. Tree roots are the number one cause of sanitary sewer backups. The trees near your front lawn, as they grow, so do the roots, and that's where your underground sanitary and storm lines are at. The roots get into these lines, they constrict them, and then, of course, they get blocked. Usually the first tall tale sign is odors in the basement near the washing area. The second is water backing up at the drain underneath your wash sink down in the basement. The third, that's flooding your basement, generally right after a rainstorm. In one of my expert witness cases, my client went to the house for the first time she was purchasing and saw large trees and some tree stumps that were too close to the home. They left them there. The home inspector, the realtor, and the homeowner never said a word about their problem with the underground drain tile. She moved in, and the first time it rained, her basement flooded. When it flooded, it ruined everything she owned in the basement. Every other rainstorm after that, she had to call the same people up and pay a check for $200 to snake the drains. This went on for several months, to the point where she could no longer afford it. She found a used electric snake eel and bought it for $300 or $400. Now she has the snake in a hole that she created in the floor, in the pipes, all the time. Every morning she gets up and she snakes the drains, so she will not have a problem. However, her house still has major odors, and the sewer still need to be replaced. She's going to need to spend $5,000 to fix her pipes. And also remember, every time that you put that machine in your pipes, you're going to damage the pipes, because that thing bangs up and down, and the roots already damaged the pipes. That's how they got in there. And as the roots get bigger, there's more damage, and the more times you snake, the more damage you do. Eventually, you'll be replacing that line. When you replace that line, make sure you get at least 3 estimates, because these prices can vary significantly. Sometimes it's not your sewer lines that are backing up, it's the cities. You just picked the wrong city to live in. A lot of cities have under-designed underground systems, so if there's a peak rainstorm of 2, 3, 4, 5 inches, the development or the city's sanitary and storm lines may not be able to handle it, and you, along with maybe your neighbor's homes, will flood. If your house is the lowest home on the street, you're the one that's flooding first, so always look at these homes when you're looking to buy or rent. The lowest home will flood, unless, of course, it's a magical house or it defies gravity. Our products you could buy, they're called backflow preventers. These, since the sewer is backing up from the street, it shuts it down. But remember, if you have one of these, you can't use your water either, because it's going to, obviously flood in your basement. If you have a home and you have the potential for these types of problems, you probably want to be ready for it. Number one, I would say you need a battery backup pump. This way, when the basement floods, you can suck up that water as quick as you possibly can. B, you're going to need tools, because you're going to have to rip out those carpets, immediately throw them out. C, you're going to need a shop vac to vacuum up all the sludge and nasty debris that comes up through the sewers. D, you're going to need several dehumidifiers and probably a couple fans. Chances are when you have a major rainstorm, you're going to run to Home Depot to rent this stuff, and guess what? You're going to be late. There aren't going to be any. And when you call your insurance company on the weekend, or the phone's going to be busy because everybody else is trying to call them, they're going to refer you out to a dewatering contractor, and they're going to be busy. So now you're going to be sitting there with a flooded basement, no equipment, waiting for somebody to show up, and mold will take over, and now you're going to amplify your problems. Make sure that you have a digital camera so you can take pictures of before, after, and during. You want to document every step. Number 2, I would recommend paying that $50 more, or $100, or even $200 more a year for the additional rider on your insurance policy. Insurance companies do not cover these types of events anymore. So be careful when buying or moving into a home that has large trees in front of the house, or a house that's low at the bottom of the hill or at the bottom of a cul-de-sac, or in a new development. that has had problems with backups, or a city that's had problems with backups. And of course, if you do buy the house or move into it, make sure you're ready. This is Marko Volk from www.houseinvestigations.com. That's www.houseinvestigations.com. Thank you and have a nice day.